Hey, here we are, week 3 already for this season. Injuries everywhere. Injuries at quarterback everywhere. Andy Dalton's still out there in 80% of Yahoo leagues, 90% of ESPN leagues. Jimmy Garoppolo available in half of Yahoo leagues, 76% of ESPN leagues. Take a chance, see if one of those guys are out there. That's who I'd recommend picking up. Look, there's still an opportunity to pick up Devin Singletary. It's only 18% of Yahoo and ESPN leagues, but double check that. I look for his numbers to blossom by the end of the year. Raheem Mostert's a great addition, available in 92% of Yahoo leagues and 89% of ESPN leagues. Look at his numbers here. He went 13 carries, 83 yards, 3 receptions on 4 targets, and a touchdown. That's pretty much getting it done for a guy that's still out there on the waiver wire in your league. Rashad Penny, available in 40% of Yahoo leagues and 32% of ESPN leagues. His stat line this last game, 10 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown. He's starting to have more of a timeshare with Chris Carson, who's having trouble hanging on to the ball there in Seattle. Royce Freeman digging into some of that running back time there in Denver. He's available in 25% of Yahoo leagues and, 26%, about the same in ESPN leagues. But I want to bring to light his stats here. He had 11 carries for 54 yards, 5 receptions on 7 targets for 49 yards. That's pretty much getting it done for a running back 2, running back 3 flex situation. That's where you can pick him up for. And I'm looking at Alexander Madison. This is an opportunity to handcuff Dalvin Cook's guy. It's just a matter of time. Dalvin Cook goes down every year, right? He has the highest value for a bench stash out there right now. He's available in 78% of Yahoo leagues and 87% of ESPN leagues. And wide receiver, if you don't have this guy already, if somebody in your league doesn't have him, you better get this guy. I'm talking, of course, of Marquise Brown. He's available in a few leagues yet, 17% of Yahoo leagues, 26% of ESPN leagues. These are his stat lines. The first week, 4 or 5 for 147 yards, 2 touchdowns. Second week follows that up with 8 receptions on 13 targets for 86 yards. This is a rookie in Baltimore, where they say they can't run the ball. Are you kidding me? Demarcus Robinson. If you've been following along with me, if you've been one of my customers, you know about Demarcus Robinson already. He may even be rostered in some of your leagues if you're one of my customers. He's available in 91% of Yahoo leagues and 89% of ESPN leagues. All he did was go out this last game, did 6 receptions on 6 targets, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is flat out getting it done. Now, it may not be like that every week. It may go around. It may go to Watkins. It may go to Robinson. It may go to the next guy here, Metcalf Hardman. Available in 40% of Yahoo leagues and 62% of ESPN leagues. His stat line last week, 4 receptions on 6 targets for 61 yards and a touchdown. And the guy that I really like here, the guy that's showing up, Terry McLaurin out in Washington. 48% of Yahoo leagues he's available, 59% of ESPN leagues. His stat lines the past 2 weeks, 5 receptions, 7 targets, 125 yards and a touchdown. This last week, 5 receptions, 9 targets, 62 yards and a touchdown. DK Metcalf, another rookie out there that you're going to want to make sure is available. 51% of Yahoo leagues, 33% of ESPN leagues. His stat line looked like this past 2 weeks, 4 for 89 yards. And in this past week, 3 for 61 yards and a touchdown. And John Ross, one of the fastest guys in the NFL. He's available in 30% of Yahoo and ESPN leagues. His stat lines the last 2 weeks, 7 receptions on 12 targets for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. And this past week, 4 receptions on 8 targets for 112 yards and a touchdown. These guys are getting it done. Make sure they're getting it done for you. For more information like this, check me out at Hall of Fame Fantasy Sports. And a shout out to my guys at Everything Fantasy Sports on Facebook. Check them out as well.